Coming at you straight from Studio 22.
Hey!
This is Shootin' the Breeze.
Hey, guys.
And I'm Josh.
And gals. And I'm George.
And we're your amazing host.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on today, Josh?
Well, you just jump right into my day, George. I was actually going to ask you how your day was.
Oh, well, my day was pretty slow. It was kind of a cloudy day here in town, and
it was a little chilly, wasn't it?
A little chilly. Stayed in the office all day.
Yeah.
Well, went to the doctor. I had to get, go there to get my blood tests every 6 months, and then stopped by, got some gas, went back to the office, stayed there the rest of the day. I feel pretty good about it because it was kind of chilly out there.
Yeah, and they said you were human?
Again, I passed the test.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Sometimes I wonder.
But let me ask you.
Yeah.
What about your day?
My day was good, George.
Good.
Was busy. Worked all day. We had a good day.
Good.
And it was a calm day.
Well, I like the calm days, Josh.
Went to the gym. Had a client cancel on me, so I ended up staying at the gym for almost 2 hours because I didn't know what else to do. And I was like, well,
Man.
I'll just work it out.
You could have gone home and snacked.
Yeah. It was a thought of mine. Well, it's hard because you got where my gym is, you got all those good restaurants right across the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, don't even look across the street because I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's a good thing about my gym is the fact that there's nothing else there as far as food.
You got Beef O'Brady's, that's it.
There's Beef O'Brady's. There is that other Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. That one's new.
Is that one good, though?
They used to have a Walmart grocery. Can we say that?
I think. We like Walmart grocery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be one there, but it's not there any longer. But my wife, she ate there
George,
one time.
You scared me.
And
are you yelling?
she was kind of scared of the place because they kept bringing out food, but they brought out the same different times. They brought out like one food, then they brought out somebody else another food, and then this other lady down here, they brought her food. So she's a little concerned about it.
Well, because by the time you get your dinner, everybody else is done.
Yeah, if you're being polite like we are.
Yeah.
You're waiting for everybody to get their food, and all of a sudden you dig
wait?
in, and all of a sudden, not me.
I know.
I'm going to eat it while it's hot.
I know.
Right? Might have been born, but not yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have been born at night, but not last night.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's kind of where we're at today.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I was, had a guy was asking me about some interview advice for a job interview. He had a big job interview coming up, so I talked to him, and I'm like, you know what? I'm giving this guy job interview advice.
Josh, why is that people ask you that sometimes?
I don't know.
What is it about you that they feel like you have good interview advice?
Well, they know I'm a good BSer.
Yeah.
And that's how I've gotten every job I've had, is I BS'd them pretty much.
Right. That's
so,
probably it.
Yeah. Everybody knows that good BSer is good in a job interview.
So what advice did you give this gentleman today?
Well, I just said, hey, you got to go in there and you got to pretend that you know everything about nothing, right? Everything about what you're going into interview for. And if he asks you questions and you don't know about it, you just kind of do the whole political thing and just talk around it.
Talk around it.
And then you start, you know what? It's good if you ask him questions, right? Ask him questions. Because you get to him talking or her to talking about themselves.
That's
then now you're interested. They're interested in you because you're interested in them.
Well, I got a story too.
Well, I haven't said a story. Okay, you know what? You go ahead and tell the story. Because what I was getting into was, I thought, well, what if I give some advice today here on this podcast? You know, give anybody else that might need a little advice.
Well, anyway.
And now you're sitting right here, George.
Yeah,
and you've been through more job interviews than me. So
Probably.
I figure you can put some good insight into this whole job interview.
Well, I just wanted to tell you this.
Tell me about it.
When you talked about acting like you know everything.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't like flying.
You don't like what?
Flying. I don't like to fly. Okay. And I went to this one job interview in Vermont years ago. And I really thought I had it.
It's like you said fling.
Flying.
I don't know what it's like you said.
And so, as you know, I take a little medication prior to boarding my flight.
Yeah.
Well, I took a little medication before I left the house.
Yeah.
and at the airport and during the flight. And I feel like I was definitely medicated.
You're flying high.
And I'm going to Vermont in October, and there's already snow on the ground. And I was a little wound up, little crazy. I don't know what I took, but it was something where I didn't really know I was flying anymore. So the next day during the interview, I think I was had a drug hangover.
Yeah.
So I'm acting like I know everything during the interview. And, looking back at it now, I was a little too confident during the interview. Well, I thought I had that so good. I had all the answers. I suggested things. I said, man, basically, hire me and you're going to hire a superstar.
Right.
That's what I was trying to
You're selling
tell
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess overselling.
Yeah.
So I get back, take my drugs again, get on the plane, come back home. I told my wife, I said, I got this, baby.
Yeah.
This is like a no-brainer. And so I followed up with them and a few days later, and they said, oh, we're still considering. And, a few days later, we're still considering. A few days later, they said they had another candidate. A few days later, they said they hired the other candidate. I said, over me?
Over me?
Really? So I guess you can be confident, but you don't want to be overconfident like I was.
Right.
And you don't want to be drugged up either.
Yeah, don't do drugs before you go in there, folks.
Right. That's really important.
I had a interview one time. I was young. I was still in high school. Yeah, I was still in high school.
Whoa.
And I was going to a job interview. I forget where it was. I think it was like a server job or something, And I was interviewing, and the lady, she asked me, she said, if you could be a fruit, what fruit would you be?
And
I said a strawberry because I have red hair and I'm sweet.
Yeah. You definitely have red hair.
Yeah. It's kind of orangish.
Well, the last time I saw it, you grew it out like an eighth of an inch a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I keep it pretty short.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But, George?
Yes?
There's something you're going to tell us about a job interview that you had recently. Well, within the last 5 years.
You mean one besides the one I just told?
Oh, that was it?
Well, yeah.
That was it.
That was kind of the one I was going to talk about. Now, I've had a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
And, when I was younger, I loved interviews.
Right.
I just loved them. I mean, I loved going in for an interview. Whatever the question was, I had the answer. Then as I got older, I didn't love them anymore. Most people do not like interviews. I loved them.
I did too.
I just loved them.
I like the challenge, right?
Yeah.
And I like kind of, it's a bit crazy as this sounds, I like kind of getting it over on them, like winning. I'm BSing you, and you're buying into it. That means I'm good.
but they say, you heard the expression that you can't be over-prepared.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that's true.
I don't think so.
Because I think when you're too well like there was another interview. I think I've interviewed 2 times where I didn't get a job. And I had all these layouts, these slides, about what I was going to do, the plan for the next, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. I had numbers. I had everything. I didn't get the job. And again, I thought maybe he thought I was just too aggressive, Yeah. I think I maybe came off in some of those interviews maybe a little too aggressive.
Yeah, you don't want to know more than the
No,
boss.
You don't. And so I think you need to be well prepared. I think the best advice is be well prepared.
Yeah.
But be relaxed and don't try to show up the interviewer.
Right.
Would you agree?
I agree with you. I'll tell you one time though, I had to pee real bad.
Oh.
And they talked.
That's terrible.
Forever. Then they brought somebody else in. It was like a panel. And I sat in front of all these people. And I had to go. I'm at the I'm at the point where, okay, we're going to have a problem here.
Was that at the M place?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. This is a few years ago.
Okay.
And in place. Oh no, that one.
Okay.
Sorry guys. So I'm sitting in there and I'm squirming around, and they're looking at me funny, and they're asking me these questions, and I really don't know how I answered any of them because all I could think about was trying not to wet my pants. And I just said, "Excuse me, could I please use the restroom?" And then he's like, "Yeah, well, let's take a quick break."
Shouldn't you have known not to drink a lot of water beforehand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was probably that was a scary one there. That was a close call because I was already in my head thinking, okay, there's going to be a problem here, you know?
Right.
And this can be very embarrassing, and I'm not going to get this job. And I end up getting the job.
Well, wasn't there another interview where you basically told them you were not qualified for the position?
Yes.
And they ended up calling you. Maybe I should have used that tactic sometime.
I was not qualified. I did not have the right credentials. I went in there because I'm like, you know what? I'm looking to change career, and yeah, I'm just gonna go in there and just see what happens. I wasn't in there 5 minutes, and we weren't even talking about the job interview. We were talking about her personal life and, you know, football and just all this crazy stuff, just random stuff.
And that goes to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
You just started talking, developing a relationship there.
Ask them questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ask them questions, have a trusting relationship, and have them believe you. And, don't be phony.
Don't be phony.
Be yourself, but at the same time, know your stuff.
Yeah, nobody likes a phony pony.
Nobody likes a phony pony, and I can just say that, I feel like now that I look back at it, not that I was a phony pony, but I was just too knowledgeable. I should have just held back.
Right.
I almost wanted to brag about how much I was going to do and how much, and quite frankly, it's not all my fault because I just got excited about the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So I was excited about what I could do for them, and I should have held back. So anyway, but at least we live and learn, and hopefully some of this advice we can pass on to the listeners out there.
Yeah. Now
to help them.
We are giving advice. However, we didn't
at
say
no cost.
We didn't say it was great advice. We're just saying it's advice. Because if you don't like this advice, or if you don't get the job, don't come blaming us.
Yeah, don't call us.
Just because it worked for us, don't mean it's gonna work for you.
Right. But I think in general, it's good advice.
Yeah, it's just be down to earth and
right.
Well, we told one of your daughters that, right? Told
right.
her about how to interview, and
did she get the job? Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, if Josh and George give you the advice, you better take it.
You can bank on it.
Bank on it.
A and B.
What?
You can bank on it.
The masters of truth, right here. Hashtag
truth.
That's right. Right here on Shootin' the Breeze. Speaking that truth, George. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else, but speaking that truth. Anyway, it's getting to be fall time here in the Ville, and it's feeling pretty good. And matter of fact, Josh, last night, wife brought out the first cup of hot chocolate.
Did you drink some?
I did.
You were cold?
I didn't. No, I was not cold, but she's cold. She's always cold.
You're cold right now, aren't you?
No, I'm not cold. I'm not cold at all.
I'm
in a sweatshirt, but I have a T-shirt underneath.
And shorts.
I've got shorts on.
Yeah. No, it's good. I was saying, it's perfect. That's what I like, is being able to wear a sweatshirt and shorts.
Yeah. So I like shorts. You have freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom.
And,
that's something you and I cherish.
We
and feel very dearly about is freedom.
Yeah, well, hey, when I feel freedom, I feel very American.
Right.
It's about hashtag America.
Hashtag America.
Hashtag freedom.
Back to my story.
Hashtag truth.
We had good hot chocolate. and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't cold, but I certainly got very warm after the hot chocolate. But it was good. But I was hoping she'd say you wanted some ice cream, but she didn't. And so from now on through the end of probably the mid-spring, it's going to be hot chocolate every night.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just surprising because she likes our wives never pass up ice cream.
No,
so the fact that she did not want ice
I
cream,
couldn't believe it.
ask her if she was feeling okay.
Well, I could, where I sit, where she sits, I can kind of see what's going on over there. And
sorry.
I could tell just by the way that she was acting
Yeah.
that there's a good chance that she was going to get some ice cream.
Yeah.
And I kind of peeked over there, like, okay, she's getting it. And then she gets up and said, "You want some hot chocolate?" And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, sure. So
she's getting it.
Yeah, that's what we did. So,
Well, George,
yes, John.
I just thought of this.
What?
Because you're talking about it being fall time, right?
Right.
I want to tell you a story about when I went to a haunted house. Yeah, well, first of all, have you ever gone to a haunted house? Like, those scary houses where they
Yes.
scare you? I don't
Yeah.
like them. I'm not a fan of them.
You don't like people grabbing you, do you?
No, and I don't
In the
like dark corners. And this guy, okay, actually, you know what? Tell us your story. You got a horror story about it or no?
I
'Cause
never
I got
said I
one.
did.
I do.
Well, go on.
You want me to tell it?
Yes, please.
I was just being a gentleman and making sure you didn't
Did
have
you
one
think I
first.
had one?
Yes.
I never said I had one.
Well, you just seem like the
did I
kind of
ever
guy.
say I had one?
You seem like the kind of guy that would have one.
If I could think of one, I probably would.
Well, yeah, I bet you got
But
one.
maybe when you talk about it, give us your story. Maybe I'll think of my story
Yeah.
and talk about it, but I can't think of one right now.
Okay.
So you go right ahead.
I'll do it then.
Let's hear it.
Well, I went to a haunted house one time. It was, I forget the name of it.
How
it was
long
like
ago was it?
Nightmare or something. Oh, I was probably 19 years old, 20 years old.
Okay.
And we went to a haunted house, and it was a scary one. I mean, people came from all over that just loved that stuff. And we went into this haunted house, and they had car wreck scenes. They had demons. They had ghosts. They had zombies, vampires. They had everything. And it was just... And you know what's crazy? It was at a church. The church turned it into... It was supposed to, like, show you evil and good, because at the end of it, when you come out, it's Jesus on the cross.
Wow.
But then when you come out, then you got 100 people coming up to you asking if you're, Christian and all this stuff. And
Right.
you can't... Nope. You're going to make noises.
Okay. Sorry.
And, sorry, folks. George don't know how to act on this thing.
Well, you did it earlier.
Don't do as I do, George.
Exactly.
And
Except for interviews.
that's right. So I'm walking through this deal, and I'm terrified of rats. I do not like rats or mice. George can testify to that.
I'm right with you.
We don't like rats or mice, or I don't like possums. They look like big rats. And we're walking, and it's dark, and I hear this little screechy noise,
Yeah.
right in front of my face. And then a strobe light starts coming on. And this is like 7 foot tall, look like the Chainsaw Massacre. Right? He's holding a black rat, and he took my hat, and he put that rat on my head. And I
It's not a real rat.
It was a real rat.
A real rat?
A real
What's
black
he doing with
rat.
a real rat?
It's I guess his pet. I don't know. But all I know is
Gosh.
once that rat touched my top of my head, before he set it fully on my head, I ran through a crowd of people. People fall over. I mean, people just falling over. I'm running through the middle of them trying to get out of there because I don't mess with a rat. And this guy is chasing me with a rat.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I bet you were running out as fast as you could.
Yeah, but I peed myself.
What?
I peed myself.
You urinated on yourself?
Yes. All
Okay.
over. All over.
Oh my God.
I peed myself so bad, George. All over
Were
the
you
place.
with the girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you get out of that one?
I didn't say a word. I just
you
drove
didn't,
home.
You didn't fess up.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
What if she smelled any of it?
I
while she
don't
was
know.
In an enclosed car.
No, I rode home by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But, yeah,
Wait
so...
a minute. How'd she get home?
I think I don't remember. She met us up there or something. There was
Okay.
a group of friends that met up there.
Did you see her anymore after that?
I don't remember.
Probably not, folks.
Probably not.
She
But,
probably got a whiff of Josh and said, "Oh, I'm done.
yeah, I don't remember. It was
This
just...
guy pees in his pants."
I'm glad I drove because it was just a group of friends that met up there, and everyone kind of drove. And, I wet myself, though.
Oh, my God.
I'm not talking... I had to go, I guess.
Oh.
Anyways. But I peed the whole way out of that place. That probably 20 yards, just nothing but pee.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
That would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's needless to say, I never went back there. And that was...
I could understand why.
That was my last time going in a scary...
rat chasing.
Oh, my gosh.
That's hilarious.
I do not like rats. I'm terrified of rats.
Oh, I can't stand rats or mice.
Oh
gosh.
Remember that one got in your pool skimmer? When you're on vacation, I was cleaning the pool.
Oh, yeah, you had to get it, didn't you?
Oh, I just flung it into your neighbor's yard.
I found a little baby mouse a couple weeks ago in there. There wasn't much to it. It was just a little bitty thing. But
you been there a while?
No, maybe a couple days. I usually clean the skimmers out every other day anyway.
What's the weirdest thing you found in there? Just chipmunks and rats? Have you found a squirrel?
Well, I'll tell you the weirdest thing was, we found a lot of chipmunks in there, of course. Yeah. That's what we find the most, but no squirrels. Uh-huh. But we found my wife and daughter were watching a chipmunk in the pool, and the way it was, like, on the side of the pool, it was kind of squirming, trying to, get to something where it could crawl out of there. It looked like a snake to them. And they were saying, Dad, a snake's at the pool. I went, my gosh, why are you calling me? I don't want to get anywhere around there with a snake. As you well know, I don't do snakes. Don't touch them. Don't look at them. I've never touched a snake, folks. My plan is to never touch a snake, ever. Yeah. I just don't even want to get... I hate them. And I'll tell you, I think it comes from my childhood. I was in Boy Scouts. We had one kid that loved snakes. This kid would put snakes in people's sleeping bags in the middle of the night. Yeah. So I'd have to stay up all night because I was terrified of snakes. Make sure he didn't put a snake in my sleeping bag. But he put snakes in your sleeping bags. Oh, man. I remember he was in our canoe. We were going some creek canoeing, and he sees a snake skimming the top of the water. He jumps out of the canoe and goes after it. Crazy.
That is crazy.
No, snakes I want nothing to do with. But that's probably it wasn't crazy thing because it was just a chipmunk, but they thought it was a snake at the time. But we get snakes, we get mice, not snakes. We get chipmunks, we get mice, and then we get frogs. Yeah. Every once in a while we'll get a frog in there.
But he's not dead, is he?
Yeah.
Just drowned?
I guess they drowned.
I thought frogs swim in the water.
Well, but remember
the chlorine.
The chlorine, I guess, gets to them. Yeah. Kills them. So,
folks, we have a YouTube video out about George and snakes. Remember that video we filmed?
I do remember
the story. There's some. You guys should check it out. We'll probably in another video episode.
What was the story about?
You told about your daughters at the pond.
Oh yes, the lake.
Yeah, the pond. And
I remember down at Sterling Lake that there were some snakes going across, and then right next to the lake, and we
it's had a pond, George.
Run very quickly from that scene by the lake and
pond
lake. And it was very interesting. But yeah, you got to check that out. Gosh. Check it out.
It's a funny one. Maybe later on we'll share it sometime. Yeah. Another episode. Yeah. But and I can share the possum story.
Share the possum story.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one.
Well, that is a good
possum and the nipple, right?
Oh my gosh, that hurts every time I think about that. that's just brutal. That just hurts me thinking about it.
Yeah, we won't give it away, but go check it out. It's a funny story.
Yeah, check it out.
And George, do you got any other fall stories, Halloween stories, or?
No, I don't have any other fall things, Josh. We're getting ready to go to, as you well know, a pumpkin patch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going on Sunday.
Yeah. This Sunday?
Yeah.
Are we?
12:30, right?
Could be. So that'll be a lot of fun. And, we'll go there and get in a hay wagon, right?
Hayride?
Hayride.
Yeah.
And we'll go around and
Pick a pumpkin up?
pick a pumpkin up, buy a pumpkin. Hopefully they'll have some food there.
I'm not a pumpkin carver, though. Are you? You like to carve them?
Josh, I've been carving pumpkins for over 50 years.
You're not that good, though.
No, I'm pretty good.
No, I remember yours last year.
When you do it for 50 years, you're pretty good.
You would think you'd be
And
excellent.
I've done it as my daughters have grown up. I do it every year. Now, granddaughters, I'm still doing pumpkins. I can't lose the job. I got it whether I want it or not.
God, I hate carving pumpkins.
I'm not a big fan of it, but it's
You
what I
gotta
have
do
to
it.
do. You got to do what you got to do.
I like watching you do it, though.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think last year I helped you a little bit.
You know, Josh,
I told you what to do.
Halloween is one of those holidays that's, I don't get, is it a holiday? What is it?
I think it's a holiday.
Is it a holiday?
I've always thought it
Well,
was a
people are
holiday.
not off on Halloween.
No.
It's not like a federal holiday.
Yeah.
You just celebrate at night. Well, some people
Yeah.
celebrate at the daytime at work. You know, they dress up. You give candy to people, that kind of stuff.
Are we going to dress up this year?
At night?
Yeah.
I don't
We can
mind.
give out candy. Last
Yeah.
year, remember we sat out on your sidewalk and
Can we
gave
dress
candy out?
up?
No, but maybe we could this year.
I think we should.
Want to go as the Golden Girls or something?
No. No.
They got that costume
I
at Target.
like to be a manly
Girl.
thing, whatever
What?
thing that could be,
What
something
is it?
manly. I don't want to be a golden girl. I don't want to be a
It'd be
female.
funny. No, you
Well-
could be a manly one. We could both be Bay Arthur.
I
She was
don't
kind of
want.
manly.
I don't want to wear tights and have long hair. You know,
I don't want to wear
look-
tights either.
You look better as a woman than I do.
Yeah.
My wife has flat out come out and said that I look like a dog as a woman. So
Wow. That was harsh.
brutal, I'd say. But I said it was brutal at the time. I still feel that way.
Yeah.
A dog.
That's how you feel. Tell us how you feel
A
about
dog.
A dog.
So, but you're kind of cute as a girl.
Wow. George, was that your stomach?
Yeah, it might have been.
Good night. It's like a whistle. Like,
It was a little whistle. I guess I should have eaten before I came on here, Josh.
you
But
should have.
that is another point, though. You know,
What,
you
for the
wanna
job
have-
interview?
for the job interview, you want to have some food in your belly, right?
Uh-huh.
But you don't want to have too much, like, you know, full of White Castles the night before.
Yeah.
You want to just have a bland, you know, maybe some pasta or something like that.
No White Castle.
Just to keep your stomach settled. No White Castles.
That could
Keep
be a
it
problem.
settled and make sure there's no whistles going on, because there's nothing worse when it's all quiet. The interviewer is asking you a question, and all of a sudden you hear a pew, pew, pow, like there's a war going on.
Or like a
right
rumbling.
You definitely don't want to hear that. So,
yeah.
not that would preclude you from getting the job.
It's
'Cause
gonna,
I haven't heard of that. It's just a very embarrassing moment.
yeah, it'll give them a good laugh.
Yeah.
And if they don't laugh at that, you don't want to work there anyways.
Yeah. You could say, oh, man,
Oh, and I just thought of one, George.
I didn't realize I had a cat last night for dinner.
I just thought of one.
Some people would have laughed at that.
Well, I'm not, because I
Josh
just
did
thought of one.
What's that?
Make sure your pants are zipped. Because I stood up in a job interview to shake the guy's hand. My fly was wide open. I felt a breeze. It was wide open. And, you know, so
Josh.
that's definitely embarrassing.
As many times as you use the facilities,
You'd think
you
I'd
really need to check that.
Yeah. I done that at a funeral one time. I was speaking at a funeral.
Oh,
Pants,
Josh.
and people were snickering. I'm thinking, what in the heck is wrong with these people? They're laughing at the funeral.
I was,
My pants were undone.
I was,
Unzipped.
that's what they were laughing at, right?
Yeah.
Well, that got them distracted. It was a good thing.
I mean, it was good, but
yeah.
it was
Got 'em
embarrassing.
off, got the dead person, you know, off their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to tell you about a time I was in the office, and
Wait, we're all over the place.
I know,
George.
but I was standing at the doorway talking to this girl as she was sitting at her desk, and my fly was wide open. And I'm just kind of just letting everything hang out there, just talking to her, laughing. Like, woohoo! Wow. And I'm sure she was looking down there sometime, trying to look away, look at her, monitor, whatever, to keep from looking,
Yeah.
because she knows, right? Eventually,
Yeah, you're going
that
to.
I'm going to know that she knows. Right?
Yeah.
So I walk away from there. I look down. I'm like, oh, dear God, please let my fly be closed. Because, you get that feeling sometimes that it's wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you get distracted after going to the bathroom sometimes.
Yeah.
You wash your hands and everything.
You're in a hurry or something. Yeah.
So that would have been the time. And so I looked down and it was wide open. I went, oh, my God. What have I done now?
Oh.
So I felt kind of embarrassed the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I got over it, though.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely embarrassing. Sorry, guys. We're all over the place tonight. We went from giving advice to talking Halloween scary stuff, back to advice. So that's how we do it, right?
Well, that's how we do it, but it kind of all goes back to the beginning.
It's hard for us, George. We both got ADD.
Right, but we're still giving advice.
We are.
If we start at the beginning giving advice, we're going to end it giving advice.
That's right.
Listen to this podcast. That's the best advice we can give you. You're going to learn.
Yeah, if it's coming straight from Studio 321, it's going to be good. 321C.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good stuff.
It's going to be truth.
Guys. It's going to be
you won't want to miss
truth.
it. Hey, let me get to this real fast before we jump off here.
Yep.
No, not that. Not the dots. We'll hold the dots till the end, George.
Okay.
We're actually, it's kind of a good thing for us. Well, it's a real good thing for us because we're growing, George. We're growing. We're on several podcasts now. I think we're on 6 different podcast platforms.
Wow.
Including Apple and Google Podcast.
Well, those are the 2 big ones, right?
Well, there's some bigger ones, but yeah, we're pretty much, these are the main ones.
So we've hit the big time.
We're getting there, George.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Thanks, folks.
So when we get hundreds of thousands of listeners, then we can start making money, I'm sure.
It's one listener at a time, Josh.
That's right.
That's how we pick them up.
So we just want to say thank you guys for the support.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing these episodes. And
because it's all about the truth, Josh.
It's all about the truth.
What we speak.
And these podcasts are just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we just sit here and talk and BS and
we shoot the breeze right out on the front porch, just like your parents and their neighbors used to do.
Yeah.
We sit out there and we just gab.
That's
what we would say, gab.
We got the gift of gab, you know it?
Yeah.
I mean, we could sell ketchup popsicles to Betty in white gloves.
Yes, exactly, and we've done that.
Yeah, Betty, she had white gloves.
And we'll do it again,
They were the long, fancy gloves.
If we have to.
Yeah, we'll do it anytime.
So.
That's the truth.
That is hashtag truth.
So, thank you guys again. We also check us out on Instagram, Shootin. Breeze. George, I'm proud of you because you actually did it right.
I did it right, folks.
That's our Instagram.
I get an extra star.
And then we put YouTube videos up from time to time, so check out our YouTube. We also put these podcasts on our YouTube as well, so check it out. And thank you guys so much for listening. I think we're going to wrap it up. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you out?
I'm out.
Are you George?
I'm George.
And I'm Josh.
We're out.
Bye.
Bye.